Hey, right guys. Ooh. Best laid plans and all that. Supposed to be up here today with the gremlins. Oh no, yesterday, sorry. Up here yesterday with the gremlins, you know, Kyra, Olivia and Rowan. And young Harry now as well. God, I can't. And we're going to have a day out on the plot and then go for a meal up Leaf and Gremlin afterwards. But circumstances change, so we're doing it next Saturday now. Thing is now, I've now got to do a lot of the things I was planning to do with them. And one of those is pick a load of these sweet pea pods. Now, I've marked some of these up as white, so I'm going to leave those. I'm just going to pick the brownish ones for now. They're just random. But I'll tell you what, if you don't get them quick enough, they explode. I think Danny said that on his channel. So I dare say I'll have plenty of volunteers later next year. I'm only going to pick the brownest ones for now and let the kids pick the rest, or pick some anyway. But I want to get some before they all go. Knowing my luck, I'll get a mega hoolie of a wind and I'll blow them all off everywhere. So, yeah, see that? Ooh, look. I'll let these dry out a little bit more as well. They're a little bit damp, but we've had a dry day yesterday-ish, so I'm just going to get the worst of them, or the brownest of them. Yeah, very lovely these are. Oh, they were. They go over pretty quick though, don't they? Well, I don't know, how many months have I been harvesting these now? I'll have to have a check. I'll have to have a check actually. But how many pods do I need to save for next year? That's the question, isn't it? I could actually send some out, couldn't I, to people? Let's see, some of these are quite small actually, obviously not been pollinated properly. Well, that'll do for now. There's not many. Yeah, they look all right inside, so let me just try for a few round here a minute. And none of the ones I've marked with string are brown yet. No, there's none there, no real brown ones there, so I'll leave those. It gets something for the kids to do as well. But what I'll do now then, I'll just do you a quick plot tour on this plot, and we'll have a look down the frog and toad plot. Cool. And there's not many in there, but that'll do. Yeah, let's have a look round. I wouldn't say neglected, I'd say overgrown at the moment. Right, let's put these away and have a look around. Well, at least if the gremlins can't be with Grampy, they can watch him on telly. See you on Saturday, guys. We're going to have fun. Alright, let's start off with the straw bales. The first lot of straw bales. Now, this big thing you can see here, Tromboncino, and they are massive. Oh dear me. I've counted 6 so far. I've picked one as at home. I mean, look at that. See the head on that one there. Look at that one. Huge. So that's 1 there, 2, 3, 4. And there's one under there somewhere. 5. And there's one at home, that makes 6, and I'm sure I saw one else somewhere else. Hey, a little tiny one somewhere. I might have dried off, might have died off. Yeah, I tell you, if one plant likes the straw bales, it's got to be these squashes. So that was the Tromboncino, and there is a Virginia rooster in here as well. I say, with Virginia rooster in there, and there's another one over there just growing. Yeah, so the squashes love the bales, as do beetroot, brassicas in general. I've had so much of this broccoli, calabrese. Yeah, calabrese, not broccoli. Calabrese. This one here. This is a summer purple. Now, there's nothing purple about it just yet, but doing well. Cape gooseberries in there. I'll pick some of those before I go. Yeah, some down there, look. Been picking a few lettuce leaves, but nothing too fancy up here. I think that's about it on that bale. All the annuals on the front are dying off just now, so loads of borage. Probably see some bees on there somewhere. There we are, look. They love it. Love it. Cool. Right, let's have a look at the rest of the bales. Loads of wheat. Loads of wheat. Tiny Temptations tomatoes. Won't be growing those again, but they're doing well in the bales, so it's proved the concept. Swede in there. I'm going to have to jump over somewhere. No, it'll be alright. We've got some swede in there. Let's see if we can get a bit closer. Yeah, nice swede down there. That'll be coming out soon. A little bit of those blooming horrible grey aphids on these at the moment. So I gave them a spray in last week and they seem to have gone. The grey ones are funny. They seem to be harder to kill for me. Yeah. Beetroot have all gone now. Well, that's the bales anyway. Oh, this got this weed. I want to show you this weed, this one here, this funny weed with the dots on the leaves. And I'll tell you what it is when I get home, but I've already lifted that once. It's invasive. So they've got to come off now. In fact, I'll pick the old lot now. There we are. Yeah, it's invasive. So I'm not sure if those seeds came in the bale and on the edge of the bale, because it's nowhere else in the plot, you know what I mean? Under this little bit of netting here. Now, I can't remember what they are. I picked the onions from this bed and I got a little bit of white rot. I'll just check on what these are when I finish. Condor spuds in there ready to be lifted. I've just broken the hulms off for now. Dark Mar 21 Brussels in here. Doing alright actually. Very pale colour, aren't they? But perhaps that's just a trait of what they are. And on the end, lemongrass. Now those big things there, lemongrass, they're doing very well. I've not actually picked any of those yet because it's their first year. Cape gooseberries again and Pienza cabbage at the end there. Some, what do you call it, Savoy type. Now, let's have a quick overlook at these tomatoes. Well, I can say one thing, and that's that the marigolds are growing well. Now, the tomatoes aren't too bad. They're gradually getting bigger, but aren't they short? That frame is 3 feet high. It's just not been a year for tomatoes outdoors. Some you win, some you lose, and I think I've lost this year. So we won't be having the massive harvests. See, they're a bit hard still, not ready. They are the... Crikey, that's small, right in. That's the Brad's Atomics. Those are the indigo pear drops over there. Yeah, still a bit hard. But the courgettes, we've got strata. You can just about see one under there somewhere. There he is. Yellow ones are the Soleil. There. And Rondini at the end. Have we got any Rondinis? No, I think I've picked all them at the moment. They're in the fridge. Oh, there's one growing there, look. Ooh. There we are. Yeah. Oh, there's one. There's one. Hiding from me. I better pick you before I go as well. Yeah. Too many courgettes, but I just didn't have the heart to kill the plants. Right then. Acucha. No, I've eaten it. I don't like it. I'll just do my report to the Heritage Seed Library and never grow it again. Not nice, not nice. They say these are too big now. They're supposed to be picked at 3 centimetres, so they're a little bit too big. They say it tastes a bit cucumber crossed with peppers, but it's not as good as either. You know, the taste, I mean, the taste is a mix of cucumber and pepper. It's not as nice as either, so I won't grow it again. They're okay this size to cook them, but if you're going to eat them, they want to be from my thumb to the tip, about 3 centimetres. So like I said, I won't be growing them again. In fact, I'm going to bother taking these home. And I got to report that as well, actually. I just noticed. You got these spots on. Is that rust? Is that? Yeah, it's rust. So for me, it could be a rust attractor, you know what I mean? In front of the Acucha, we got some red purple sprouting Rudolph. Said I was never going to grow it again, but I can't stand seeing empty space. Right, next straw bale. Garden pearl tomatoes, I think these are. Where are we? Yeah, I don't like them. Yeah, garden pearl, I don't like them. I won't be growing them again. But again, it was just to prove a concept that they grow in the bales. Aubergine. Yeah, it's flowering, but nothing on it. Lettuce, pick of the leaves now and again. Looks like that one's bolted. Basket of fire chilies. The cucumbers have done very well. Are you got any on there at the moment? Probably around the other side, I should think. Yeah, down there, look. Yeah, just growing down there. There's one. Oh, take that one now, actually. Here we are. That'll do. Put it on the bench. Basket of fire. Yeah, right. Kohlrabi. Lovely kohlrabi over there. Is that a super schmerzel? Oh, I can't remember now. Lovely kohlrabi. Till you get to the other side. And we go to the other side and I'll show you. So, not an awful lot left of that kohlrabi, and that one, in fact, I'll take that one now, actually, before it gets too eaten. There we are. Well, having said that, there's not much left of it, is there? And there's a dirty, great big slug there, look. He can go flying. He's gone. Well, I'll leave that one in the compost. Right, beans and things. Yeah, this side, Tromboncino's done absolutely diddly squat, to quote Jeremy Clarkson. Yeah, these beans, they've done virtually nothing. And they are out with a crib sheet yet again. Christmas lemurs. I'll let those carry on podding up, and I'll harvest those rather than eat them. Fletcher's pea beans over there, they're doing very well, and they're very tasty as well. And Anita's red beans, I've had loads of those. I don't want to sound daft, but I'm always getting fed up with them. There's so many. Blackcurrant's done very well this year. Nothing on the pear tree, again, but it looks good. But the apple tree over here, some apples on there. Getting a few corns forming now. That's sweet corn swift. And we got a few squashes and things down here. Yeah, there's a few fruits on there, but nothing to write home about at the moment. Runner beans, now they've been doing very well. I better pick those there as well. Two different varieties on there. Czar, they were planted on that side, and they've come up the frames this side, so that's those dangling there. And Enorma Elite, the other side. Doing well, yeah. The actual hazel structure's fallen to pieces, snapped off in the high wind, so I had to tie that up with some jaunty knots. Bits of string everywhere, look. Yeah, so I'll pick a few of those before we go. Next door neighbour Blossom loves runner beans, so she can have some of these. And I'll freeze a few more. Again, these are some of the ones I was going to pick with the grandkids, so we'll have to do that. Leave a few behind for next week. Carrots are poking up a bit, perking up a bit. The last of the onions in there. Soldier beans, Boba Fett beans in there. I'm letting those go to seed now. Ready for saving. Brussels, they're doing very well. Very well. And there's some onions planted in amongst there as well. I'll tell you what, I've got to get in there and get some of those dead leaves out. Cucamelons, love them or hate them. Only had a few this year. But there's a few more coming yet. Everything seems to be late. And this is where I had the worst of the grey aphid. Cabbage aphid, we want to call it. In there, look. But it seems to be all gone. A few more brassicas. Now these were under the peas. And they're Brussels Roxton. So they did well under the peas. They were shelter to start off with. Here's the beefsteak tomatoes again. Absolutely pathetic outdoors this year. Nothing really ripe there. I picked one or two. But that's it. This time last year I was making sauces galore. But that's what I think about next year. Thing is though, what do you do? You plant them outdoors and they either grow or they don't. You can't. There's no sort of contingency plan if you've got no indoors, is there? And this bit here is just a dumping ground. There was a few climbers here. Yeah, just a dumping ground, and he's sorting out next year. In fact, a lot of the straw bale mulch will go in there, and I'll get all those weeds up in a minute, all those seeds. That's it for the top plot. Let's go and get those beans and things. And we'll pop down the bottom, and I'll show you my plans down the bottom. I mean, overall, let's have a quick look back a bit. I gotta say, it does look quite good, the plot, you know what I mean? Loads growing, that's the thing. Don't like to see too much bare soil, but sometimes you gotta have bare soil, you know. Okay then, frog and toad plot. A little bit, I'm doing quite well actually, despite my earlier my bad back and all that, but yes, yeah. White budley had grown well. Now we had the first lot of wood chip dumped there. I've got a bit of footage of that actually, I'll just stick it up. And the second lot there was supposed to go there, over that bed or close to that bed, but instead it's gone on top of all that bit of ground that I worked. Just round here, I didn't know that. I went back about, well, at least as back as far as that curled over membrane, and that's where I was going to do a bit of work there. Don't matter though, because it G'd me into action to doing other things, and one of those other things was to get the soft fruit done, which we'll have a look at now. We'll have a quick look at the whole bed afterwards. Now just here are these 6 raspberries. The tall ones are red, the shorter ones in between are yellow, but they're all 2-timer Shugana. And what they do, these grow, and you harvest them as autumn and summer raspberries. So we'll get into that more next year. A bit further up we got the fig and the olive. Got an opal plum there. Now this is a double apple from Tesco. And one side died off pretty quick actually. It's L-Star and Golden Delicious. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. But look at this. This is where I pulled the membrane back to plant the apple, and it's cracked like mad, you know. Thinking that this was going to be a good healthy sort of compost pile, I planted a marrow in there, and it's done virtually nothing compared to the marrow next to it. Both the same variety. What are they? My Giants, I think. Yeah, absolutely nothing. So what I'll do with that, I want to get rid of this pile, but what I'll do, I'll use some of that as like a base layer for the raised beds I've got. I'll show you a picture of the raised beds in a minute. Soft fruit. 3 red currant JVTs there. Going over a bit now. 2 white currant. They are Blanca, 2 white currant Blanca, and the dinky little ones at the end are 2 mulberries, and they are black Persian. Right, so, let's do the raised beds a minute. Hang on, the 2 beds I've done. Got to be careful walking on this stuff, is where I hurt me blooming stuff last time. What it was like a divot hole like that there, and I just fell into it. God, bloody hell. Yeah, so the corn's growing. These were just plunked in to get some in there. A couple of courgettes on the end. Far too many courgettes again this year, Steve-o. A taine of polka. Yellow one's going over there. And the runner beans, they are... What are they now? Painted Lady. And they're pretty. Red flower. I should have known that without looking, actually. Look at that. So, aren't they pretty? They are 10 times magnification. 10 times magnification, 10 times the shakes. Let's go 3 times. There we are. Pretty, aren't they? Cross between red and white. I've had a few off these, and there's quite a few growing, yeah. Right, a plot in general then, a plot. You can see, I'm stood at the bottom corner by the gate now. Now you can see in general, there's a bit of difference from when I took it on. Yes, the grass is brown, and there's virtually no perennial weeds, and it's not from weed killing, it is from perpetual strimming. Every time, or every 2 times I come up, I strim, and I strim, and I strim, and I cut the lot. I cut everything, and even, because I've got such strong cord in the strimmer, I even cut into the soil. I mean, you can see there that I've trimmed that little clump there. Next time I trim that, it'll be gone, and it'll hopefully never grow back. Now, I'm not too worried about the grass, because I'm putting beds in. And as you know, the grass won't grow up through 40 centimetres of soil and compost. And that, oh, by the way, that's where a lot of that wood chip's going to go in for now. A lot of that wood chip is going to go into the base of the beds. It is false economy, so we'll need to top up with compost eventually, but not this time. And there's also, as you know, I'm going to sit on this little chair for a minute. I'm not going to do an awful lot more until I've worked out where the pond's going. Now the pond is going to go somewhere in the centre, which is around about here. I won't measure it up in a minute actually. And then the beds are going to radiate out from it, a bit like a flower's petals. But we'll see, best laid plans and all that. And I'm in no real rush because I don't want to be filling these beds up for the winter, and I don't want them to lie empty. And I don't want to waste the nutrients out of the compost, if you know what I mean. So I know there's this saying, don't put off today. Well, no, don't put off today. Now, don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. But in my case, because I've not got an awful lot to do up there, because I ain't got an awful lot to do up there over winter, I'll be doing an awful lot down here, I reckon. Trying to, anyway. So that's it, guys. Just going to work out where the centre is here and get on the way home. Oh, what I was going to do as well, that's encouraging. You probably can't see it from there. There's a bee. Where is it? What I was going to do is get loads of perennials in here over the winter. So from Dobbies, I bought a pack of 72 perennials, 12 different types, 6 of each. And they arrived on Friday. Was it Friday? Yeah, I think it was Friday. Opened it up, little letter inside. Sorry, we've had to substitute 1 or 2 items, blah, blah, blah. But here's a £5 voucher for your hassle. Turns out they substituted all 72 items, and it turned out to be the winter bedding pack, all blooming pansies and things like that. So, not overly impressed. I give them a phoned them up, and they refunded the whole lot and keep the £5 voucher sort of thing. I don't know what I'll do with all the bedding, so I don't really want bedding. I might put them in a few of the birdies' beds at home. I'll show you when we get home. Like I said, I'm waffling now, so let's get on. Here's those perennials that aren't perennials. Turned out to be... Can you see that? Oh, where are we? The ultimate winter bedding collection. Pansies, polyanthus, violas and primroses. So I may put some in some of these beds, but what I'll do for now, I'll pot them up into those little, I don't know, what are they, 2-inch pots, those little tiny things. For those, they don't look like they're wilting, but that soil is well wet under those potatoes. That's the SSPCs, so I'll be lifting those pretty soon. Okay, that's it for this week, guys.